Well, I gotta see if I actually get a game in first, but yeah, that would be cool. Gonna make him be on the couch for Outlast 2, man. But yeah, no, they did a really good job. But the cool thing too, though, is like but the thing too is like you also don't have to know like everything about the run to be good at commentary. And actually, one of the cool things is if you have somebody that's not like super familiar with the run, it can actually be a good thing because then they can ask questions about things that you would normally just sort of skip over. Like, things you take for granted because you played the game for hundreds of hours or whatever, right? But, like, somebody who's watching it, like, you know, who's, like, pretty new to it, maybe watching it the first few times, might not, you know, pick up on something right away. So they might be like, oh, like, why do you do that? Or can you explain, like, why you're doing this? Or, you know, stuff like that. So, I've done several, like, marathon runs where I've had people like that commentating who might not be, like, experts on the game or anything, but, like, again, that's not necessarily a bad thing. And also I've learned that at least the sort of commentary style I like to do nowadays is it's cool to explain all the technical details of like how the game works and all that stuff. And I still think that's really important. But just like making the run entertaining is almost more important than actually explaining like the little small details of like why you're, you know, doing a specific thing or going in this corner to do whatever, you know. You will do a run of Outlast 2 if you're on the couch for it. Damn.
We need to get to the bridge. There's 1,000 people on board.
The day Radish runs Outlast 2, man.
Everything's locked down because of the quarantine.
And you're both prepared.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to get Outlast 2, and that'd be awesome. I think out of the two, or out of the like few things I'm submitting, I think Outlast 2 or this would be my like first choices. But I'm submitting all stuff that I would love to run, and I think would be good at the event. So.
But it's all on Isaac's side of the quarantine.
What's up, Infernal Dimension? You're welcome. Thank you for the good luck. Appreciate it.
And Isaac. Yeah. I'm sure Nicole's okay.
I mean, to be fair, Kidnapped is also like 10 minutes. It's like super easy to learn. Compared to some of the other games. I mean, like if I got like Alien Isolation all missions in, that would definitely be a harder run to learn the full thing for. Just because it's long. And some of the FPS tech is a little weird. Get the Kidnapped world record? Oh man. I've had it before. It's kind of hard to grind, or it's somewhat annoying to grind because you mostly get stuck in the first two chapters. And if a run gets past the first chapter, you gotta watch this like long intro before each run. Yo, thanks for the follow. Good luck with that, Red. Speaking of Callisto, it would actually be really sick if Looney got that run in.
Isaac, don't bother shooting those fuckers in the head. Doesn't even slow them down.
Okay. The only way is hacking forward. Those arms, legs.
Does that even kill them? Or do they just stop moving?
I do think this game's been popular enough that this has a pretty good chance of getting in, but I'm not sure. Like, I'm really just hoping, like I said, somebody gets it in. Because there's at least a few people submitting it, I'm sure. There we go. Okay. Honestly, yeah, having like Callisto and Dead Space in the same block would be cool. Although I don't think we'll have RE4 this time just because the submissions. Pretty sure the submissions will be over before the game comes out. But I'd love to see that at some point. I mean, if I just keep submitting Kidnapped, maybe it'll get in eventually. I did enjoy it, Girthquake, yeah. I'd give it like a 6 to 7 out of 10, I think. It's not a perfect game, but it's like it can be pretty fun. Who would they cast as Isaac in a Dead Space movie? I mean, at this point, they've modeled Isaac's face in this game off of Gunnar Wright, so I mean, probably Gunnar Wright, right? I think that would make sense. Gonna submit score in DSJ. Oh, nice. Air controls banned. Oh, interesting. I was wondering, like, I mean, I was able to find some of the answers for like why some of the games were banned. I don't know anything about that game. Is there like a reason? But yeah, scoring DSJ would be cool. Could use your hotfix run as the video. I was gonna do that for Outlast 2. I feel like that'd be good for both of those games, just because it's like, you know, they've got some more graphic content in it, so it'd be good to like show, hey, this has been like on a GDQ thing before. Not sure, just the game's just really poor quality. Okay, fair enough.
Isaac, we can't stay here much longer. Hearing a lot of movement.
I got the data board.
Daniel, get ready to go.
Data board reinstalled. System restart complete. Calling tram.
Oh wait. I should time that. I don't think skipping that saves time. Sometimes I do it on accident.
Tram control.
Maybe it does. There were a couple games on that list that I saw, and I was like, I wonder why this is banned. And then I saw people talking about it, and at least 2 of the games on the list had some kind of like sex mini game, and one of them was like Frog Fractions, I think. And I'm just like, what? I was like, I've never even heard of Frog Fractions. That's hilarious. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, yeah, there was that too. I saw that, well, it said no Honey Pop games, but, like, aren't those banned on Twitch anyway? Or are they not?
There's no survivors. Daniels is trying to get into the command computer.
Done on you. Is that blood?
Haley, I need you to listen.
If you use the censored mod, you think it's allowed?
Server's overrun
Okay.
with- They're fucking monsters. You didn't hear anything?
What? No, the comms are still out. Isaac,
We need the Killian fixed now. Got a damage report?
yeah, it's there.
Oh god.
Man. Yeah, I used to have the record, but now my run's third, and I'm washed up, dude. Damn, now I gotta beat him, dude. Kidnapped world record attempts before GDQ submissions. I saw it, Sim. I saw it during the last run. I was messing up chapter 12, and you were like, simply an issue of skill. And I didn't say it because I was like kind of focusing at the time, but I was like, all right, I'm not. I was like, I'm not getting tilted here. Like I got plenty of time to save. Try to make me lose the record.
Lifting station lockdown.
Yeah, pretty good chapter 1. Okay, that works.
Daniels isn't answering her rig link. What's your status? Did you find Nicole?
No sign of her yet. But I found a shock pad I could use on the barricade. Just need a hydrazine tank.
Yeah, chapter 2 is like the hardest part of the first like 50 minutes of the game for sure. The room with the guy. What, the captain? We actually do that, but we gotta go get the other stuff first and blow up the barrier. Oh, I mean, I pretty much do, I try to do roughly the same thing every time. A lot of the times you'll land in that room. I just got sent a little bit further that time. As long as you land somewhere around there, you're fine. But yeah, ideally landing straight in the room is faster. I mean, at this point, if I just get it first try, I'm, like, pretty happy. Well, I mean, otherwise I reset, I guess, but yeah. Because the last autosave puts you at where you got kinesis. So, unless you take a manual save, you do lose a lot of time there, unfortunately, for missing it. Yo, thank you for the follow.
Still holding this position. What's happening there? Did you find Nicole?
No sign of her yet. But I found some hydrazine that should work on the barricade. I'm heading back there now.
Be careful with that hydrogen. I'm not losing anyone else.
Nice. That was good. Yeah, pretty sick level so far. Something I kind of wanted to test, actually. I kind of doubt it, but I'm wondering if there's a faster spot you could run to here that would count as taking cover, because I haven't really messed with it at all.
Remember, when you reach the morgue, find Captain Mathias' body. Get his rig codes, and the computer's all ours.
Nice. Now this is a much better chapter 2. Why'd you go back? You gotta hit the autosave near the elevator to load the captain's body. Ever seen that? Oh, it's called morgue skip because you skip to the morgue faster. It's pretty cool. But yeah, this cutscene can still play, but you need the captain's body to be loaded there to be able to actually get the rig and for the objectives to update. Running over to that fixes it. Do you get an autosave there, or are you just saying to check?
Isaac.
Yeah, pretty good chapter 2. That was good.
What the hell's happening?
Yeah, it's a pretty cool skip.
Ishimura's engines are offline. We're on a decaying
Yeah,
orbit
it's getting closer. To get down to like
Have to get to engineering.
somewhat close to OG any percent, we would kind of need to break the objective system though. I think.
Unless here.
Like getting sub 110 in this game is not going to happen unless we do something crazy.
Flight deck
We'll see.
ground control. Now arriving at flight deck ground control.
Watch the cutscene, then load his body. I don't think that works. I don't know if I've tried that, but I think you need his body to be there for the actual necromorph to spawn after the cutscene, so you can kill it. I mean, depending on what, like, you can land on, like, the tops, like, depending on where you land, I think it's actually faster to just go get it first anyway. Although you are a little closer to the cutscene from that spot, but you can land inbounds in other spots. What's up, Flirtatious Sky? Yeah, so the main limiting factor right now is, if you don't complete all the objectives in order, the game will soft lock. So you can actually oh, that was fast. Nice. You can actually get from you can get from here, like where I am right now, this 0G, all the way to the last level in the game, but the game won't progress correctly, and the only way we found to do it is to get all the way to chapter 11, you know, and then get to 12. But I mean that doesn't mean there's no way to exploit it more and find a bigger sequence break, but I haven't found it yet. I'm not saying we can't find a big skip like that. I'm just saying we would need to like find a way to exploit that or like progress without the objective system. Why are you leaving the box there? So we're actually gonna do a box clip in chapter 6, and we're gonna come back to that tram station after chapter 5, and we're gonna grab it on the way to hydroponics. So it's a we're kind of setting it up for like much later, but yeah.
Exiting zero gravity. Exiting vacuum.
But yeah, the game is actually pretty broken in terms of like where you can go. You can get to pretty much any deck you want from like chapters 2 or 3, but it won't actually progress the game correctly unless you do everything. So like my objective right now is get to the engineering deck, right? Which I get right here. And then it's like interact with the console, you know? So it's like if I don't do these things in order, the game's gonna soft lock. But we can take shortcuts in between objectives, because sometimes there's like a big gap in between one objective and the other. So anything that's not a required objective is something we can skip. And there's a pretty big sequence break later on in this level after we get the engine refueled and the centrifuge fixed. But I'll see what I'm talking about in a little bit. Also, yeah, that was a nice time save. I think my old PB was an 18:18 going into chapter 3, so this is like this is on pace with my old like 153. And that 153 is probably 153 whatever it was 130 something. That's probably the best run I've done, like quality wise. But obviously the 150 now is a lot faster. I do have all the achievements, yeah. I did a casual playthrough on hard, and then I did New Game Plus on hard, and then Impossible Cutter only as like my casual playthroughs, and then I started doing speedruns, and I got all the achievements as well, doing all that.
Isaac. Damn it.
Thank God. After the bridge, we
But yeah, so yeah, like with the box thing, there are tons of boxes throughout the game, but there aren't any in hydroponics. So we need to take one from an earlier level. And it just works out that you can pretty much, you can basically grab that box without losing any time. But it's kind of a funny setup, because you're grabbing it in Chapter 2, and you're not even going to pick it back up until Chapter 6 later on. No, I'm not doing the out of bounds here yet. If it does save a decent amount of time, I'm not good enough at it to really make it worth it. If I could get really consistent at the prop hover for it, I would consider going for it. If you're not sure what we're talking about, or if anyone's confused, basically you can fly over the edge, or like prop fly over the edge, or fall down there somewhere, and you'll actually land in the centrifuge, and then fly over to the decontamination area, where we're heading next. Just a bit of a shortcut. The decontamination room actually is not a required objective, but once you turn the centrifuge on, the 0G goes away, and without that, we don't have a way to get around the decontamination, because the room will still be locked until you actually do it.
Move fast, Isaac. Aegis 7's looking damn close out there.
So even if you take the out-of-bounds shortcut, you fly to the decontam room first, do that fight, unlock the doors, then go fix the centrifuge. Even though if you look at my objectives here, the only thing I have left right now is activate the centrifuge. So like, you can go straight there and just fix it, but then you have no way to get back out currently. There is a clip of somebody keeping 0G after that point, but they, unfortunately the clip doesn't show anything before that, it just shows them in the room with the 0G still active. So we're not sure if like, you know, they fell into the 0G somehow, like, as they died, or, like, something weird to make it, like, stay on, or if it was just, like, a hard drive meme, because, like, the game does do some weird stuff if you don't run it on an SSD. And I wonder if, there's, like, a few weird glitches and things we've seen that we think might just be, like, hard drive memes and not, like, an actual consistent thing. Like, basically, like, an issue with hardware, not like, you know, something you can actually exploit with the software of the game itself. That makes sense. But yeah, there is still a pretty big sequence break we do in this level, or at least that I do in this route. Which is we're gonna skip the whole fuel storage area.
Decontamination sequence complete. Thanks. Entering zero gravity. Warning. Centrifuge offline. Please attach generator modules manually.
It's funny how the objectives and stuff work in this game though, because in Dead Space 1, the OG, you also have a bunch of objectives you have to complete to progress the levels, but you don't actually have to do all of them. So each level in that game is a separate map file, so it's like you're only in the one level at a time, and you can't skip from like one to the other. So the goal is always just how do you beat the current level as fast as possible. And usually it's you do some objectives and then the tram unlocks and takes you to the next stage. But you don't always have to do every single objective for it to work. So like this level in the OG, you got the same objectives, you know, you got to fix the centrifuge, refill the engines, and then start the engines. But starting the engines is the only thing you have to actually do to progress. So you can actually skip straight to the engine, turn it on, without actually having to refuel it, and then you can just leave. Because in the original, the first 2 objectives just unlock a door. I mean, they do the same thing here, but it actually like also progresses. Like you still have to do all this. Yeah. I know I kind of dumping info here, but I like to, you know, I do enjoy talking about this stuff. But yeah. But yeah, so I kind of went on a tangent there, but yeah, basically, you can't just skip the entire game without soft locking. But in a lot of ways, the run's more interesting because of that. Because, I mean, come on, if you could just, like, fly straight to chapter 12. If you just did chapter 2, flew for 6 minutes to chapter 12, and then did 12 skip, be kind of ass. I'm focused. I'm okay. Oh, glad you're enjoying. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm usually pretty good about picking and choosing times to like be more, you know, social and stuff. Like if I really need to like be paying attention, I usually do.
Got it. Isaac,
This level's pretty chill.
It'll give you access to the engine chamber.
Warning. Engine power failure. Replace power cell to begin ignition. Ignition sequence initiated. Please stand by.
Why? What are you doing? This guy's trolling.
Priming ignition chamber. Please stand by. Finalizing pre-ignition checks. Stand clear of exhaust vents. Engines ready. Please confirm. Engines firing.
Isaac, you did it. The Ishimura's moving.
Sabotage the fuck out of these engines.
You brought us time to figure it out. Autopilot's taking us into geostationary orbit.
Wait, you're flying us through the planet crack debris?
That's what the asteroid defense system is for.
But the ADS is offline. I've got the system readouts here.
Hammond, the Ishimura's in rough shape. A couple of bad strikes could finish her off.
Shit. Give me all the data you have. I'll try to adjust course.
The 10th of a second gold. Let's go.
Isaac, you disable the tram lockdown from engineering. I'll open up
Love
the bridge
that.
station. Meet me there. We need to work on this together.
Accessible. Thank you for your patience. Bridge.
Cole?
If you want the exact opposite, you should check out my stream. I don't interact with anyone. Nice.
Now arriving at the bridge.
Decision for partner. Oh, so I got rejected for my first application, but I can reapply on the 21st. And you know what's funny about that? Is, how'd I get rejected? Well, I mean, you gotta remember, like, most people get rejected the first time. It was basically for consistency, because I had some, like, spikes, like, up and down in, like, my numbers and stuff, but we've been a lot more consistent since then.
Isaac. Sorry. Shit, you scared me.
No, keep that rifle close.
I'm just kidding. Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
The one that attacked me.
Well, I mean, it is true though. I hit the average I needed, but I was like going up and down a little bit. But we've been way more consistent since I applied the first time. Partially because we've been more focused on Dead Space, you know.
You're right. I should. The hell with it.
Makes sense. It's my main thing, you know.
Escape pod 47 launched.
I worked with him for years.
But yeah,
Johnston too. At least
we will see.
a monster.
If we don't get, you know, and if we don't get it, then we'll just we'll try again next time. I mean, I know a bunch of people get rejected a few times before they get it, so just gotta keep trying. Also, I'm gonna get more water real quick. I'll be right back.
Here. All I can tell is the ADS power routing is shot.
Well, the administration systems aren't doing much. We could redirect power from there. I'd need to rewire the junction boxes, but we get the ADS cannons back.
Good. Isaac, about what Daniel said. I don't know about any illegal mining or the market. I swear, I'm just here for a repair mission.
Look, Hammond, I don't know you or Daniels well enough to judge, but CEC had to know about the marker.
The company made it. Shit like that's above my pay grade. Look, we can get into it later. You'll need a way down to those junction boxes. You can turn the atrium elevators back on from security. You'll have full access. I found a CEC executive key card. I'll upgrade your clearance.
And you upgraded yours already?
Yeah, just in case.
Outlast is my main game, true.
And Isaac, I heard something up there. Something big. Watch your back.
Anomaly detected. Quarantine activated. Atrium elevators are now online.
Just got an update. Power diverted from mining administration.
Isaac, I'm reading electrical hazards on the floor ahead of you.
60-year-old deck plating doesn't play well with power surges.
Watch your step.
Oh, I still have 3 stasis packs? Wow, okay. It's good. I might be able to skip getting the refill here then. No, 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 no. Ah, damn. Went for it. That would have been really fast. I'm just right here, right? Okay, whatever. That kind of sucks, but it could be worse. Rip, yeah. Okay, didn't do it a second time.
Power transferred from electrical systems to ATS cannons.
Okay, see the power reroute.
I'll just grab it anyway.
Just watch the outlets. Clear's unstable.
That's 2. One more system and we'll have power for the ADS.
Something like that. Yeah, it wasn't the worst spot to die.
Isaac, I cracked the Ishimura's med cyber.
I almost made that too, though. It was pretty close.
These things mold any dead tissue into
Yeah, unfortunately, even on story, if you get caught in one of those things, you're probably gonna die.
and the rest,
Make more corpses to infect.
that organic shit on the walls, that's dead tissue too. The
Honestly, we might still save time in this chapter because I
habitat changer.
missed a rig skip in my
Isaac,
PB.
I'm gonna run some diagnostics. I think that stuff's spreading.
Power transferred from water purification to ATS cannons.
Isaac. We...
Okay. Making sure he's dead, making sure I get the skip. Oh, I do not have a lot of cutter ammo. Hopefully I get some. We should be okay, but there's a fuse break we gotta do in chapter 5, and on the off chance I run out of ammo, that would be really bad.
I target an asteroid, the cannons take it out, and I recalibrate the system.
We're out of
I
options.
mean, I would probably get it within 7 tries, but well, you would hope so at least.
Syncing targeting system. Calibration complete. Cannon auto-targeting online. Syncing targeting system. Calibration complete. Cannon auto-targeting online. Syncing targeting system. Exiting zero gravity. Exiting vacuum.
Isaac.
All right, I'm fine with that. That was like 20. It's whatever. Okay, we got a little bit of ammo. Maybe gonna be a box up here. We could maybe get another drop. Oh, nice, we did.
Medical.
Chases after him all game. Yeah, I guess you could put it that way.
Now arriving.
Alright, we haven't got one of these tram crashes in 5 in a little while, which is nice.
For the chemical lab.
What? You said the chemical lab? I can barely hear you.
Clearance confirmed.
Another survivor. I'm a doctor.
Is Nicole Brennan with you?
You're not here for sanctuary then. Well, Dr. Brennan's currently engaged. Shall I send you to her?
I forgot we get a bunch of loot here as well, so yeah, we have way more ammo than we need. Well, for the fuse break at least, we definitely need a lot of this.
Or out?
Shit.
So, you've decided to be difficult. Take a seat. I'll deal with you momentarily. Kindly avoid disturbing my other patients.
What is this?
Poison, of course. I'm so close to finding that missing factor. A unitologist would understand.
Shipwide.
Oh, were you wait with Mercer? Nah, you gotta wait for that dialogue. The dialogue there's not a rig call. Yeah, we can't skip any cutscenes that aren't like on audio or video, like rig call. So this one, for example, because this updates our objective also. But anytime a character like calls Isaac, you can skip that, unless it comes up too fast for you to pull up the menu, which there are a couple of those.
Dr. Chalice. Mercy. Are you the reason the marker won't begin? That's it. Convergence is installed. She's meddling. How is the question? But even if I was to ask, I suspect you're not the talkative type. And I haven't fully explored the
Oh, yeah, I got you, yeah.
Missing factor.
Yeah, that one's not technically an audio like rig call, so
Dismemberment.
you can't skip that one.
Now I think you're on the right track there. Try and relax, Mr. Clark. Convergence is so close. Maybe your death will tip the balance.
Daniel,
Maybe this will work. It's open! Go!
But yeah, it would be cool to skip more of the cutscenes, but I'm really happy with the pacing of the run, like the amount of cutscenes we can already skip.
My hunter may regenerate, but you don't return like that.
Warning. Local door protocols corrupted. Rebooting system. Please stand by.
Yeah, it would still be fun, but it would be something we would complain about like every run. Like we'd probably like constantly just be complaining about it, like, yeah, if only we could skip these rig calls, man. Fortunately we can. Yeah, I don't think it would suck, but it would be a lot more tedious.
Door protocols.
With rig skips, I don't think so. Without, maybe. Yeah. It could be. Honestly, probably.
Toxic detected.
Isaac,
Okay. She's got in the duct. She's got it. Here, there's emergency vector control and security checkpoint. Go! I'll get it!
But yeah, no, I would say the run is like glitchless without rig skips. Probably would have more cutscenes than LS2, yeah. I mean, like, I don't know how much the rig skips save on their own, but it's gotta be like 20 minutes. Ballpark estimate, you know? Because, I mean, there are individual skips that save like 2 minutes. Like, the one with Nicole at the end, where Kendra's showing you the video of Nicole, that one saves like, maybe even over 2 minutes.
Anything but courtesy to Dr. Brennan.
And that's just one. I mean, even like the shorter ones still save like 5 to 10 seconds
Speaking of courtesy,
each. It would be funny if you could skip this cutscene with an like reloading an autosave, kind of like the OG game.
our homecoming will be
Honestly, having the ability to reload saves, like and checkpoints or whatever, is something that is actually an amazing like addition to this over the original. I mean, it would have been kind of weird if it didn't have it because it's just such like a modern feature, you know. But not being able to reload checkpoints in the original game is,
will be made whole, Mr. Clark.
well, not a huge deal in casual play. It doesn't really matter, but oh man, in runs, it's so nice.
You've chosen your side.
Especially with any percent, it is so easy to soft lock that game.
Cryogenic freeze complete. Transferring specimen to storage.
Isaac, the hydroponics tram station is sealed off. You'll need another way there. Take the tram back towards the hangar, then head to the repair station. Remember where
So we
you
were talking
set
earlier about having
trash? There's an
this
active
box,
port in there
carrying
that's
this box from
hydroponics.
chapter 2 in medical all the way to flight deck here. So however long ago that was, like actually like over 30 minutes ago, we brought this box here, and now we're gonna use it at the end of chapter 6, which we are at the start of right now. There we go. Because the game will despawn some of these boxes, like the ones that were in chapter 2 already. Man, the ones that were already there are gone. Like Mercer cleans everything up, you know, so it despawns the items. But if you bring it here, it'll persist. And imagine any percent boxless. It's basically restricted.
Beginning enzyme synthesis. Enzyme synthesis complete. Caution, do not ingest.
Any luck?
So like this call, for example, you could skip, but as far as we know, it comes up too quickly for you to be able to skip it. Like you can't open a log in time.
Let's hope it works.
Not a huge deal though, it's a pretty short one. Definitely want to skip this one though, this one's long. Yo, welcome back, Scrubby. Oh, I still got hit. Oh, okay. Sometimes I can just run straight through that. Not sure what causes me to be ahead or behind on that cycle there.
Toxic hazard detected. Toxic hazard cleared.
Liz Cross again. I never asked your name.
Isaac Clarke, systems engineer.
Engineer. Have you seen Jacob Temple?
I haven't. But I'm looking for someone too. Dr. Nicole Brennan.
Dr. Brennan. Doesn't she know people use unitology?
Yeah, like my mother. So that.
I hope she's okay. The unitologists here didn't like anyone questioning them. And since the captain died, they've all snapped.
Yo, Dane, what's up, dude? Yo, thank you so much for the raid, man. How's everybody doing? Hope you're all doing well. We're doing some Dead Space remake runs, trying to beat the record. Yo, thank you for the follows. What's up, everybody? How to spell mechanic? That looks right to me, I think. But yeah, thanks again, Dane. Hope the stream was great. What were you up to? Yo, thank you for the follows, everybody. Appreciate it. If you haven't seen any remake runs yet, this game is very broken. It's been super fun so far. Bring our companion cube this way. Almost got blown up. Nice. Some of the enemy spawns are random in this game, so. Yo, thank you for the follows. Appreciate it, everybody.
Maximilian Muse cheered. X5. Ooga booga booga.
Yo, Max, thanks for the 5. Box to go out of bounds time? That's correct, yeah. We're using a lot of these companion cubes in the run.
Sorry, Isaac. Keep going. A glitch on camera. It looks like my little brother. Stupid right. This is...
Alright, well, if anyone has any questions on the run, don't be afraid to ask. We're doing a lot of stuff here. Right now we're actually doing a sequence break here. So you're supposed to exit the level from over there, but you can destroy these tentacles that block the path earlier. So I'm just clearing that up. We gotta kill a bunch of enemies in this level to open the way to the boss fight. And we got 3 left here, one more this way. This is the remake, yeah. Alright, so, like I was saying, this is actually sort of normally the exit to the level. That's the last enemy you're supposed to kill. We're gonna go kill the second to last one here. And then we're hopefully gonna use this box to take a shortcut to the boss. There's a chance it can soft lock. We're not exactly sure why. We're starting to think it might be your pathing out of bounds, but not 100% sure yet. But hopefully that doesn't happen.
The Leviathan's metabolism is slowing.
Cross. Something's up.
It must have worked. You gave it enough energy
Nice.
to dissolve a freighter.
So yeah, we can clip ourselves through walls by throwing physics objects, mostly boxes. Pretty much all boxes. Actually, yeah, all boxes. Yeah, I don't think we clip with anything else. But yeah, we can do that all over the game. You're gonna see me do it a lot more. Hopefully, assuming we get this. Please. Yes. Okay, nice. That panel's red. We feel bad. And reload. Made perfect Doom 3 mod. Did not go well, then did Rage, which did not go well. Or then Remake Randos. They did not go well. Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. Hope the stream was still fun, though. And thanks again, dude. Wonder if necromorph meat is edible. Should ask the feeders from Dead Space 3. How is that guy coming down here? Okay, I guess I was kind of low, but whatever. Group these people over to you. Glad to bring them to me. Oh, I appreciate that. Glad to hear the stream went well. Oh, nice. There's like a short window there we can hit the boss with our alt fire here, and it can cycle both of these phases. It's a little weird though. It's kind of hard to hit him with this. With the charge shot anyway. It's like weird iframes. Oh, we got both. Nice. That's fast. Repressed memories of Dead Space 3, yeah.
Toxic hazard cleared.
Isaac, if you're near hydroponics, check your helmet filters.
Exiting zero gravity. Air quality's improving.
An SOS beacon. Someone said it with all the others. Isaac, there's a shortcut to the mining deck. Near Cross's workstation. I'll get
This
it
could
open.
maybe gold by a few seconds.
Goddamn. We might actually get out of this nightmare.
Nice. Alright, well, you all got here at a good time, because that level's pretty cool, but this is probably... It's one of the hardest levels in the whole run. I would say it's the most broken, but the last level, we skipped pretty much the whole thing now, but we got a lot of hard tricks in this level.
Station now accessible. Thank you for
Which is funny, because in the OG, this is like the least broken level in the whole game, but it's sort of the opposite here. Alright.
This is weird. Two of the mining subducts are locked down, even though all systems
Cool.
are running.
So we send the elevator down without us there, and the goal here is to skip a fight. If you take the elevator down normally the first time here, when you get far enough down, the elevator stops and you gotta kill some enemies for a while before it'll progress. But if you just send the elevator down without you, it just won't do that. So we're just waiting here for the door to unlock here. It's a little weird. Sometimes it doesn't always open at the same time. I gotta actually make sure the elevator's all the way at the bottom, because if I fall too early, we will soft lock. Like the door at the bottom won't open. And I have this prop behind me, this box, because it'll help me push myself off the ledge. Isaac doesn't like to walk straight off ledges in this game. Okay, that looks pretty good. But we can use the prop to push ourselves a little bit. Oh my god, dude. Okay. So your hitbox gets bigger when you aim. So you gotta throw the box past that guy and then... Oh, damn. Can I grab it? Oh, nice. Okay. So you gotta be not aiming to walk past him there while he still has collision. And we're gonna use this box for a trick at the end of the level. Also this, I don't think I explained this yet, but I keep pulling up the inventory there because we found a way to skip a lot of cutscenes. So normally you'll get audio or video calls from other people, and while those are playing, doors will be locked. But if you open up another log in your inventory and start playing it, and then you cancel it as soon as the call starts, it just skips it. And that saves a crazy amount of time over the run, probably like 20 minutes or more, skipping cutscenes. Or does the rest of the world get smaller? That's a good question. Yeah, it makes some sort of jank things happen sometimes, but sometimes you can use it to squeeze past enemies, which is kind of cool. Sometimes you get stuck anyway, though. Call that Bioshock skip? Yeah, I've heard it's kind of similar to the like Bioshock or like Borderlands dialogue skips. It's really nice though, because otherwise we'd just be waiting around all the time. Like you can still move, but it's basically still a cutscene. Alright, so we're gonna use this box to hopefully clip through this door. Nice, okay. So, I forget if I explained this or not already for all the new people, but This game's actually pretty broken, and we can skip from pretty early on to the end of the game, but you can't progress unless you do all the objectives in order, with some exceptions. But in this case, we gotta get this rig. We can skip that whole room over there. And now our next objective is to go get the SOS beacon, which is on another floor. Nice. Okay, we got that first try. Let's go. So, because the objective is just to get the beacon, we can actually skip everything in between. So that saves about 4.5 minutes right there. So even though we're still kind of limited, we can still do some pretty big skips, sequence breaks.
I'm heading back to the mining control room. I'll launch the beacon. You watch out for Nicole.
Assuming the system doesn't fizzle out again. Stay sharp.
Yeah, some of these tricks are really cool. Yeah, I messed that up pretty bad last time, so it's cool. Yeah, we actually did just PB by a couple minutes earlier, so the record's a 1:50:25 right now. So we are on sub 150 pace. So yeah, this level's pretty crazy so far. It's gonna chill out just a little bit, but we have one really hard box clip left before we go to the next level, and hopefully we get it. Got like 4th try on my PB, which is pretty good. So, let's see. All right, we do have to do this fight. There is actually another skip I'm not doing here. You can use that 0G to you go out of bounds while in the 0G, and then you can just fly all the way back up to the control room where we just were. But it is very difficult. It does save half a minute, but it's not. I'm not consistent enough at it to go for it yet. It also only saves time if you get it first try. It's pretty difficult, like I said. So I'm sure it'll be in the run at some point, just not yet. I won't. I probably won't add it to my runs unless I really need it. Or if I just get consistent enough at it where it's like, yeah, I'm probably gonna get it every time, might as well. Because 30 seconds is a lot, but you know, I can still PB by like 3 or 4 minutes without it, so we'll do that first. Oh no, did they kill you in the elevator? Alright. So I mentioned some of the enemies are a bit random sometimes. There's this thing called the intensity director, and it basically determines random events in the game. So those events could be like, you know, just visual things like fog in the area, or a door opening faster or slower, or some weird effect on a vent, you know, sound or visual thing. Like those sparks, for example, that's one of them. One of the other things though is random enemy spawns. So that's the main thing that affects the run. Is sometimes you'll just see enemies, or different kinds of enemies you wouldn't normally see. Some spawns are fixed though, like you always get 3 exploders here, for example. And then you always get a slasher out of this event. So there's a lot of fixed spawns, but a lot of them are randomized. And usually they lose time if they're, especially if they're like directly in your path, which they like to get in your way. Get that out of bounds one day? I'm sure we will, yeah. Yeah, it's not that I can't do it. It's just currently for the amount of time it saves, it's not really worth the risk. But I'm also hoping by the time we get to the point where like that 30 seconds is really important, I'll be better at it anyway. It's kind of what we're hoping for. Either that or it'll just be a run killer. That can happen too. I mean, this level already can kill runs. It's pretty hard. I've definitely gotten way better at this level though. It's kind of nice that like now we're starting to get to the point where like I really can't like miss every single trick a bunch of times, you know, like I could in my first runs. But I'm also better at it now, so it kind of balances out a little bit. But yeah, this next trick coming up we definitely got to hit because it saves around 2 minutes, I think. It's actually it's a bit weird, and by that I mean it actually is it's really 2 skips in 1. So there's gonna be a quarantine that starts, and it'll lock the door. And when you're in a quarantine state, you also can't save the game. But there can only be 1 quarantine active at a time, right? And since the whole game is basically on 1 map that just loads in depending on where you are, the quarantine will never end. So if we clip through the door after the quarantine starts, there's a later quarantine that just won't play, and it skips a whole fight. It saves like another minute in a different level.
It's working. The beacon's online, broadcasting wideband. I'll align the receiver. It'll take a minute. Head on back to the tram station.
Okay. We get an autosave here, we can try it again, that's fine. It's a hard clip, and also enemies start attacking you if you don't get it within a few tries, but let's see if we can get it. We're getting a lot more consistent with most tricks, yeah.
It's working. The beacon's online, broadcasting wideband. I'll align the receiver. It'll take a minute.
That's not good.
Head on back to the tram station.
Ah, fuck. Yeah, we're not quite getting this as fast as last time. Hopefully we can still get it within a few more tries at least. This is one of the harder tricks in the run. You don't have as much space to clip, because you ideally want the box moving pretty fast. It's just harder to get it up to top speed. There we go, okay. Whatever.
I'll align the receiver.
First try, 9th try, who cares? Yeah, it's whatever. Alright.
Quarantine shit with that hunter there, the system
Might still be ahead.
Override the manual door release. I'll try.
At least the rest of this was good. Little example of getting past an enemy by unaiming right there.
Half the circuit. Almost there. Hold it off.
Alright, could have been worse.
Power restored.
Alright. So, like I was saying, that quarantine will not end. That state will be still active. So, while that's active, I can't save the game. Which isn't a huge deal, it just means I can't safety save before the next big trick. And I can't die, or else I won't be able to skip the other quarantine later. Like, the thing is, like, as long as you get it and don't die, like, you know, don't reload or whatever, you'll just get the other skip for free. Well, I guess it's not really for free, because you have to, you know, you have to make it to chapter 9. We're in 7 right now. We gotta make it to chapter 9 without reloading the game or dying. Alright, here's a spot where we can get up random enemy spawns. Ideally, if they're gonna spawn, one would be behind us and not directly in front of us, because we got a really small hallway here. Okay, nice. Alright, you know what? We're actually saving time. Cool. Alright, so that could have been worse. Alright, I guess, you know, yeah. You're able to retry that trick pretty quickly because of the autosave, so I guess that could have been worse. You can just pause the run. Dude, I did not take calculus. I cannot help you there. I'm sorry. I took pre-calculus in junior year of high school. This is the last math class I took, so. You know, if I had space in my schedule, I actually was gonna take calculus. I just didn't, because I did enjoy math, but yeah, it didn't work out. It was either take calculus or take AP Music Theory, and I was like, well, yeah. Analyzing some Bach, nice. It's actually kind of close. I'll be more careful there next time. It's messed up, how so? Come on, man. There we go. Alright, so the objective is to fix the comms array, so we're gonna do this out of bounds here to just fall straight into it, and now we gotta do this puzzle. Easy to get disoriented here.
Communications array realigned. Ready to transmit.
I think you got it.
In E major and then put a D natural?
Zero gravity.
I mean, you can use chords that don't use the notes that are in the key. That puzzle did take me a little while to figure out, yeah. The only reason I can do it fast now is because I sat there and, like, just practiced it. Brad is just like, I want my 7 chords in the major scale, and that's it.
Error. Blast doors obstructed. Please contact a repair technician.
Is that right?
Entering zero gravity. Manual targeting enabled. Warning. ADS cannon destroyed.
Just man.
Manual targeting enabled. Warning. ADS cannon destroyed. Manual targeting enabled.
Is it dead?
Dead and gone.
Throw chum in the water, man.
Release again.
Do it.
Yeah.
I've got a transmission loaded and ready to go.
Exiting vacuum.
Yeah, dating app bio, you just put your speedrun times. That's it.
Yes.
No other explanation.
Finally. USM Valor, this is Kendra Daniels on the USG Ishimura. Do not open the escape pod. Repeat, do not open that escape pod. Do you read?
Yeah, I've got a 729 and kidnapped. Man.
Too late. The Valor! It's heading right for you! Brace yourself!
Just man. If anyone wants to try that, let me know how that goes for you. Would recommend speedrunning Kidnap though, it is fun.
Isaac, I'm on board. The Valor's trashed, but I can make it to the bridge. The hell was that?
Exiting zero gravity. Exiting vacuum.
Isaac, we have a problem. The Valor's carrying a 12 megaton warhead. The crash hit the torpedo bay hard. I need you to handle that nuke right away before something sets it off.
Handle 12 megatons?
Go outside, meet new people. Nah, just play kidnapped.
I don't need you to be. Just stabilize the warhead and eject it away.
Don't crash,
from
don't crash, don't crash.
the
Nice.
soldiers must have had safety.
Maybe it does have something to do with grabbing the battery too early. I gotta find that clip of me crashing. Check it out again.
Fucking fast, Isaac.
I mean, hey, if you can avoid it consistently, that's cool with me. Also, yeah, this run's pretty good.
Mr. Clark? Hello? I must speak with you.
Who is this?
Dr. Terrence Kine, the Ishimura's chief science officer. I studied the marker for the church.
I'm done talking to unitologists.
But the planet won't rest until the marker is returned. You can't leave.
Watch me.
I love that line. Watch me. You know, sometimes I do wish you could more precisely aim the TK impales, but that is one situation I actually do really love the homing effect of it. Definitely makes that easier. We do get a lot of great one-liners in the run. Honestly, one of the ones I actually do kind of miss, like I'm kind of sad it's not in, I've heard other people say this too, it actually made me laugh so hard the first time I heard it, was the, I forget what he says exactly, but it's like, Hammond's like, Isaac, how's it going? After you get the captain's rig, and he just goes, fuck me. Just the way he delivers that is so funny. Dying here a bunch of times? Oh, I did too. I died in this room right here so many times in my casual playthrough. Once you learn the timing on the laser, it's not that bad, but obviously the first time you do it, you don't know that.
Isaac, you hearing this? It's Chen. There, on the rig lift.
Alright, so normally here is where you get a quarantine fight, but
I know my own fucking corporal.
oh wait, I know my own fucking corporal. That's a good one too. So yeah, since the Chapter 7 quarantine is still active, this one doesn't start. So we can just walk straight through the room. I actually thought my game was soft locked the first time that happened because we didn't realize that that's what it did. We were just doing it because it skips the Chapter 7 fight, and that's already fast by itself. Alright, so we get an autosave here. We're going to reload for two reasons. One, it makes the fire cycle here really good and we can just run straight past it without having to wait. And two, it fixes the quarantine thing so we can actually save the game now. Because I like being able to save for Chapter 10 skip after this level. That's a good one too, yeah. Yeah, when he's like, watch me. Yeah, that part's great too.
Another malfunction. Half the Ishimura's in the red. Someone get the door open. Huh. Chen? Christ, what did that thing do to you? Help me get him to the Kelly. Shoot him. It's not shit. Shoot him!
How much of the dialogue is the same? I don't know if I could give you like an exact like percentage, but a lot of it is different. Well, most of it is reworked because Isaac doesn't actually talk, so they had to like, you know, kind of rewrite it, but I would say most of it is different, but it all covers like the same stuff. It's kind of like how like the game itself is very familiar and covers like the same areas, but most of it's like reworked. Maybe like half, yeah. I guess that's a good estimate. Different words, same content. Yeah, most of it is that. Although there are some things that add some more detail that are slightly different. So thanks for the follow. Yeah, grunting's about all you get in the OG. Isaac is talking, yeah. It's a good change though. I think it makes a lot more sense. Because before it was kind of just, oh, Isaac, this thing is broken, go fix it. And now it's like, they communicate with him more, and it's like, we have this problem, how do we fix it? And he's like, well, like he's the expert on, you know, actually fixing everything. The little run up before getting tossed on the wall. Yeah, I like that whole sequence. It's pretty cool. I can think of one example, like in chapter 4, when you talk to Hammond on the bridge, there's one part where he says something about, you know, I don't know about a marker or anything else, you know, and then in this game it's more like, by the way, Isaac, you know, something about, like, so I promise I didn't know anything about the marker, I swear I'm just here on a repair mission or something, and then Isaac will respond with like, look, Hammond, I don't know you well enough to judge or whatever, but see, you had to know about it. And they like have more of like an in-depth conversation about it instead of him just being like, by the way, I don't like know anything about this. I forget the exact voice lines, but something like that. Alright, so we can save the game now. I'm gonna take a safety save for this trick. I think this is still the biggest trick in the run, but the new chapter 12 skip is pretty close. So, this is one of the few times we can exploit the objectives. Basically, we have an objective that works for the end of the chapter, but the thing is they normally take it away from you when you actually go to the crew deck, which is where the level's supposed to take place, and they give it back to you later, but we can just go to the end since we have it already. Okay, nice. And the end of the level happens to be down here. Yes, let's go. See, our objective is reach the shuttle. Here's the shuttle. There we go.
Singularity core replaced. Test fire shuttle.
And like I said, it happens in other places in the game too, but that objective normally gets canceled and you gotta do a bunch of other stuff across the whole level, and then once you do that, it gives you the objective back. But it actually functions the same way both times, fortunately. It's actually really lucky that works, because there's some other examples in the game where a similar trick doesn't work. Okay, that should be fine. Yeah, he's dead. Okay. Oh, I do like him cursing when he runs out of ammo. It's pretty funny.
Bring convergence! Make us whole!
Mercer does actually die, yeah. How do you figure it out? A lot of it is trial and error, yeah. So, it's usually a combination of just trying things, finding things by accident, or saying, I want to skip this, how would I go about doing that, right? Like figuring out how the game works. So, we found out pretty early on that you need to actually complete all the objectives in the game, like in order, to be able to progress. Because people were finding some out of bounds to get to like that level from chapter 2, you know.
Isaac, we have a problem. The Valor's carrying a 12 megaton.
But then we realized you'd get stuck there, you'd have no objective, and it wouldn't progress. So then, like in this case, we were like, okay, well, we were looking, what are all the objectives you get in the level? Thank you for the follow, by the way. And then we noticed, well, hey, you start and end with the same one, so what happens if you just go there? So, you know, we use, like the out of bounds that we had found there, and then, you know, figured out a way to get in that room through trial and error. And then we get there, and it actually worked. And we were like, okay, well, there you go. You can skip that now. We've tried that in a few other levels, and it doesn't work, actually. We're, like in Chapter 9, you actually... It's a similar thing. Like, get the Singularity Core is the first... Well, not the last objective, but one of the later ones. We start with it, but it doesn't work the same way, unfortunately. It'll actually progress the Chapter 9 objectives, but then you'll never start Chapter 10. For whatever reason. I don't know why, but... That's how it goes. Alright, killing all these guys will make the marker pop up a little faster, so ideally they spawn in spots that are somewhat close to us. That's pretty good. But yeah, and the more stuff you figure out, sometimes it's almost easier to find other stuff. Like, once we figured out how to clip through walls with boxes, right, it's like, okay, well, it's a little different in some spots, but it's generally the same idea. Oh, shit. But like I said, sometimes things are just found on accident. Like, sometimes you just run into things by playing the game, something weird happens, and then you just try to test it and figure it out. But using tools to save your position and teleport, things like that, actually helps a lot too. Because like maybe you don't have a way to actually clip through a wall or like get somewhere, right? But you're thinking like, what happens if I do get there? And then if that works, then the next step is, okay, like, how do I get there? And it's like it's like a puzzle basically. You try to like put it together. Like, we could have tested, like, if we didn't have that out of bounds for Chapter 10 first, we could have said, okay, let's test this objective thing, and then it works. It's like, okay, cool. So can we actually get there? It's just yeah.
Do you read me?
I'm reading.
Yeah, I mean, and the game's only a few weeks old still, so I'm sure there's still more stuff to find. I mean, even in games that have been around forever, well, forever, I mean, you know what I mean? Even games that are like 20, 30 years old, you can still find new stuff. Sometimes it's a lot harder, especially if it's a popular game. There's a reason why people get really excited when someone finds a 1-second time save in Mario 64, because it's like one of the most popular speed games of all time, and it's been out for a long time. You found the habitat out of bounds in Callisto by accident? Yeah, I mean, there you go.
He's not there. I can make it if I run.
I will say, it also helps a lot if you have multiple people looking for stuff. Single people can find a lot of stuff, and they have in like other games, but things usually go a lot faster when multiple people are collaborating, There's usually always a community behind the game. Like, I helped find Chapter 10 skip, but it was Looney's suggestion originally to try it. He was like, what if you do this? And it's like, okay. So then I was like testing it, and then it worked. Whoops. Get in a relationship just to go faster. Wait, why is that open already? I feel like that opened before it was supposed to, but okay.
Quarantine lifted.
Works for me. Got the most in this area for sure. Oh yeah. Some of the later game areas have a ton of enemies. So it really depends on the devs. Oh, yeah, what's up, Veruga, by the way? So the devs for this game are actually super chill with speedrun stuff. They basically said they're not planning on patching anything that doesn't impact casual players, and pretty much all the stuff we're doing doesn't fall under like a casual, under the casual experience. So like clipping through walls with boxes, like you're not really gonna do that on accident. People aren't really having that happen to them just playing the game normally. So no reason to patch it. Which is super cool of them to do, but it also saves them a lot of work and money as well because they don't have to spend time fixing stuff like that. You know, they can spend time on like performance updates and you know, soft lock fixes and other bug fixes and things like that. Just to improve the game. Very base devs, yeah. We were wondering about that. We were worried like, oh, this toggle aim stuff and the rig skips are super cool and the box clips, you know. And we basically, I mean, we got confirmation from the devs saying we're not planning on patching this stuff. It is super cool, yeah. And I mean, you know, even if things did get patched, we'd still have the option of down patching, playing earlier versions of the game that are faster. But it's nice that we don't have to do that because the newer versions fix, you know, crashes and soft locks and just make the game better, you know? So we can play on the best version of the game without having to, you know, lose time. But I mean, like I said, it's really a win-win because we get the benefit of playing on the newest patch and they don't have to waste resources fixing stuff. No, I'm not running in ESA. ESA 3023. Yeah, that's a few years out. Wait, I want to do this one. Yo, thanks to follow. I do think a horde mode is a good idea for Dead Space. Yeah, that'd be sick. I don't believe this game is. I mean, not that I haven't heard anything about it. I don't think this game's getting any updates besides like fixes. But I think it's a good idea for a future Dead Space game potentially. The Mountain Man.
Danger. Containment fields approaching maximum capacity.
Yeah, as much shit as people give EA, I think they did a really good job
Tried to find you.
with this game.
Apart, and the other half swarming with those things. How'd you get here?
You cleared the way. I can always count on you.
Not this time. Daniel screwed.
I mean, I can't speak for the team, but it feels like they really let them, you know, do a faithful adaptation of the original game.
From here. Bring back the marker and we can return it to Aegis 7.
I mean, it genuinely is a really good game, so it worked out really well.
It's okay, Isaac. You'll know what to do.
Yeah, I mean, just surviving rounds of Necromorphs would be sick.
Calling shuttle USG-09. Prepping remote docking procedures. Warning. Escape pod launch detected from shuttle USG-09.
Escape pod. Damn. We lost her.
Can't escape her fate.
Dude, why am I so bad at this trick now? I get it in practice, but I can't do it in runs. I don't know what's up. Come on! There we go. Okay. Still saving a little time. So the idea with this trick is, if you clip out fast enough, you can actually get to where the shuttle is before it lands. You actually have like 3 or 4 tries before you start losing time. Like ideally I'd already be on the shuttle, but this is still pretty fast.
Be watching my back.
Because normally the door wouldn't even unlock until like around this point. You have to run all the way over here. There you go. Oh man, like a zombies, like COD zombies style map. Now that would be sick. Like Easter eggs and stuff. I mean, that does sound like it would be a lot of work to develop though, to be fair, but that would be awesome. If any future Dead Space games have like additional content like that, I'd almost rather see that than like story DLC. You know, kind of like Severed or Awakened, you know? Speaking of which, Severed on PC, that would be cool. I don't know if we're ever gonna get that, but that would be cool.
Are you afraid, Isaac?
I would like that a lot.
No. There's no going back.
Zombie storyline got way too bonkers. Oh, I do not know like anything about the zombies story. I've played some zombies, but I'm not like super into the Easter eggs. I have a couple friends that are though. They're friends from college, but like last time I saw them a year ago, they were grinding. I don't know what map it was, but they were grinding one of the Easter eggs. Alright, so, I might not be able to explain all this trick as I'm doing it, because this is one of the harder parts of the run, actually. But basically, there's a panel we interact with that spawns the boss. This is the only level we can skip objectives, just completely, straight up. You hit that panel, it spawns the boss, kill the boss, plays the end of the game. And that's all we need to do is beat the game. So, we're going to be doing some prop flying, and launching ourselves across the map, and having to grab and throw a box in a certain way so it doesn't despawn. Prop fly some more, and clip through 2 doors. Well, a glass wall and a door, but, yeah. Let's see. I definitely did not get this first try on my PB earlier, so a little bit of leniency here. So actually getting on this building is the hardest part, the most inconsistent as well. We gotta get in this corner, get it boost up on an invisible ledge. That could work. Oh, let's go. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, I got launched way too far. Damn. Close, dude. That would have been so good. Okay, so we got a little bit too much speed there. But that's the idea. We prop fly onto the roof, and then we slam the box into ourselves to launch us, but we need the box still to clip afterwards. So I need to catch it midair, and we pass through a load trigger, and we need to have thrown the box before that happens, because if we're holding it when we pass a load zone, it will despawn the item. So, yeah, it's tough. But this saves 6 minutes over the old chapter 12 skip we already had, which is massive. Okay. That's better. Oh my god, I almost fell off the map. Okay. This could be big. It actually kind of is the sickest trick in the whole run. It's so cool. Okay. So now we need to not soft lock here. Please. Okay, nice. Like I said, Isaac does not like to walk off ledges, and you can get stuck there. Okay, now we need to clip through this glass. Yes! Oh my god, okay. Okay, now we need to clip through this door, and now we're done. So this spawns the boss.
Forget it, Isaac. There's no fixing this.
And this skips a cutscene here.
Let who go? Can't you see how delusional you are?
We've got to go. The payload from the planet crack is about to fall.
Yes! Let's go. Okay, that was definitely faster than PB. Let's go, man. But no, I agree, Quinn. That launch is actually like the coolest thing in the whole run. It looks so cool when it works. Alright, let's go, man. Let's go. Oh, man. Alright. We could still lose some time here, so we gotta focus still, but... alright.
Last warning, Isaac. I mean it.
Yeah, this should be sub 150s if we get a good boss fight. Dude, we're like, I feel like we're almost getting to the point where I kind of need to get the trick first try, which sucks, but we're getting there. We're getting more consistent. Let's go, dude. It's so scary because like there's so many places during that trick you can soft lock. Like doing that first box clip, you can just fly off the map, fly through the floor. Okay. So. We're gonna use the contact beam here, and if you... It's not too bad with the beam, but if you aim well enough, we can hit all 5 of these nodes in one go here. Okay. So there's 2 exploders that spawn here. We need to grab both of their explosive sacks without detonating them. And we're going to use that to hopefully 2-cycle the boss's second to last phase. Oh, I don't have a command for the sub-goal, but it's basically playing Impossible mode with New Game Plus enemies, which you normally can't do in a fresh file. So there's an exploit to do it. I'm just being real careful. Okay. Being really careful not to blow these up. Because you can get up to 5 cycles instead of 2, and each cycle takes a really long time. Alright. So now we need to destroy the top 2 here. Nice. Okay. So for whatever reason, destroying the top 2 first instead of the bottom 3 causes them to only do one of these acid attacks. Alright, so we got 4 slams. Oh no, I missed one! Oh, that sucks. Okay. Alright, this will be close. Yeah, just barely missed it. Damn. Come on, come on, come on. Really can't take that for granted, that shot. Good thing the skip was fast. Okay, 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 come on. Please. Okay, whatever. That's dumb, but it's fine. I think we might still have it. I think we got it. I think we got it. Could have been a 148, but that's all right. Yeah, we got it. It's 149. All right, that's fine. Could have golded that by another minute or so, but let's go, dude.
Fuck!
Let's go, man.
Fuck! Oh!
Yes. 149, dude. Damn. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Thank you for the GGs. Really appreciate it. That was a sick run. That was pretty good. We could, dude. It's crazy. We could still get this a few minutes faster, but yeah, that was definitely solid. Definitely way better. No, thanks for the follow. Thanks again for the GGs. That is the first sub 150. Could have been 148, but whatever. Get it next time. Yeah, honestly 147 next time, maybe. We'll see. Because, yeah, I definitely lost at least a minute on that split. So. But yeah, mostly, like, overall, like, really solid run. That's good. Sub hour, yeah, I don't know. Well, you know, sub 140 first, maybe. Yeah, we'll see, yeah. And yeah, that's new PB. Yeah, that's record, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, very solid. Sub minute, yeah. Credits warp.
Isaac, it's me. Oh, I wish I could
Yeah.
talk to you.
Very nice.
I'm sorry.
Looking forward to running this back. I don't know how far I want to push it right now. I guess it really depends on, like, if other people are playing too, because, like, if other people are wanting to push this down, I might keep playing, but would be cool to at least get like 147 or 46, I think, but yeah, we'll see.